Roger, a couple of runners to Whanganui this weekend as well. Pinion goes to the Cup. How happy are you with that horse?
Yeah, look, he's pretty casual at home. He's laid back, staying type, but distance is no worries for him. He's competitive wherever he goes.
What have you asked of him training into this one?
Look, he's had a traditional stayers build up, and he's a horse that carries quite a lot of condition. We've got to do a little bit with him to have him ready, but he'll go on the float ready, that's for certain.
One thing about this one, with a horse like the Fibrillate there, you're in nicely at the weights. What can he be capable of?
Yeah, if anything, in a true handicap we probably would be on 50 kilos or 49, but with a minimum of 53. It's awkward when you get such a high top weight, but look, I'm not complaining. We're on at 53 and it's very competitive.
From here, is he on to Queen Elizabeth and things, or what's the summer look like?
Yeah, you would like to think so. He will get 2 miles, and there's a lot of options at 1.5 miles before we have to go 2 miles. So, and he's placed nicely at the weights.
Whanganui Cup this weekend. You've got Mazzolino heading to that race. How's she doing?
Doing really good. I didn't think the race was run to suit her last time. First time over ground. She's going to improve, but we've given her a bit of work. She's worked over ground on Saturday and Tuesday, and I thought her work's been terrific. Very well. She's now in foal. She's been covered, and she's going great guns. So it's a big field. It's probably a bigger field than I thought. I thought it might have been a bit of a smaller field, but it's a field with nice depth right the way through it. But she's going super, and her form is good.
We know her value through some of the quality of her performances as a 3-year-old filly. I guess it means they've covered her well. Who did she go to?
She went to Super Seth, so yes, she has been covered well, that's for sure. Super Seth's going really well. And yeah, look, we just thought this will be a chance to see if she does get up over ground, and if she does, she could sort of venture off to like a Zabeel Classic, have her throw at the stumps. If not, well, we might bring her back to the mile and maybe even look at the Thornton Mile.
Sean Lankower heads to the Whanganui Cup this weekend. How's he doing?
Yeah, he's going well. He's been quite disappointing his last few starts, but saying that he's went to Hastings and raced on a rock hard track, and last start he went to Hastings again and raced on a wet track, so we haven't really got the tracks to suit, but it's probably been good for him because he's been able to get his fitness up right now, and hopefully we can get a good draw and a good run and hopefully see improvement out of him.
We know on this day he's capable enough, and it looks like you're in a nice spot in the weights as well. How do you sort of measure up the weekend?
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, gets in a good weight, and we just hope for a good track and a good draw, and he's definitely shown that ability in the past, so if he can bring it back on Saturday, he will be in for a good hope.
What have you asked of him in training this week?
We haven't really done too much with him. We've just done a bit of strong work with him, and he's had a couple of gallops since his last run, and we think his fitness is right.
Yep. Everything else you look for with a horse, he's giving you the right sort of signs leading into this weekend?
Yeah, he's been giving us good signs coming into his last few starts too, and we're happy with him, so we just hope he can bring back that ability he had.
Richie, the Fibrillate heads to the Whanganui Cup this weekend, lead up into a Group 1. It just seems to fit. Is that the case?
Yeah, look, he's an older horse too, and he's taken that little bit longer to actually get fit. We've been doing a lot with him, obviously, but you just got to be wary that he is 9 years old, and you don't want to push him too hard. They're just like me, you get a bit old, and you start feeling things a little bit. But to be fair, he's very lightly raced, and that's why I like it. So. And they keep the youth a bit longer, so he's doing really well. He looks great. He's got his dapples. It's not an easy field, I tell you. I looked at the noms yesterday. Geez, that's a strong field, but we'll see.
What have you asked of him in training leading into it?
He's been jumping over the ponies. He's been swimming. He worked up with Snazzy Tavi yesterday, but they both worked up extremely well, and he did a bit on Saturday as well. So he's done enough now. He'll trip away on Friday to. We're going to Palmerston North and head on the day of the races to Whanganui.
One thing about him, back to handicap, it means he is carrying a bit of weight. Does that sort of temper your enthusiasm for his winning prospects at least?
Sure does. I mean, you know, it is what it is, and it's he is a weight for age horse now, and it's always a worry. You're going to get something that's coming up that's got no weight on its back. I remember taking Tiptronic down for a race like that, a lead up, and he had 59, and he just got beaten in the nose, and there was a big gap to the rest of them, but the horse that beat him had no weight on its back at all, so it does make a difference.
As a lead up into that Isabel Classic, what are you wanting to see from him this weekend?
I just keep improving like he did. You know, it was a good run at Pukekohe. He's run fourth, but he's just that one step behind from last year where he won that race last year. Was at the Balmerino, and so yeah, that's hence why he's having the trip away, and it'll tighten him right up.
Yeah, obviously safely through this one. Then there's all those weight for age options for him, and obviously a decent bonus for the summer horse as well. Could he be that type of horse?
Oh, he's a very good horse. Like he was, I'll tell you what, with him as well. He got flattened in that race last year by Prazer and Prowess, and it really knocked his confidence. You know, and nearly ended up on the deck. Never seen Warren so angry, but you know you got to get over that. But the horse took a little while to get over it mentally, and then he had a bit of sand in one of his eyes from his, first up this year, and that switched him off a bit too. So we've just been battling his confidence, but he's certainly there. This morning he was so happy, so that's very important.